You don't sit
I go
still.
shopping.
You can have coffee at home, in your own home.
There's something to be said about having the morning to yourself also. I really do enjoy that a lot.
I bet. If you could pick your top, let's say, 3 people that you interviewed, who would they be?
Well, the president, Obama.
What was he like?
Well, when I met him, I've met him a few times now. The first time was when he was running, and he was a charmer. And then after he was president, and his wife is divine also. The two of them are very, very sweet and nice people. They're not crazy. That was the sense I got when I first met them, that these are sane people, which you don't always get from politicians. Sometimes they seem crazy to me. So there was that. And he's a sweetheart, and he has a nice sense of humor. I think that when they say that he's aloof and cold, I don't get that from him at all. And I've met him a few times now.
Yeah, I've never met him, but just from watching him, I don't get that from him. I don't get that either.
Yeah, exactly. But who knows, what people think. And then other favorite guests, I'm going to put it in the show, so I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
This weekend. And then there's also, Meryl Streep came on, Dustin Hoffman, all the great actors. They're all wonderful. With the bigger the talents, the more fun they are, the more interesting they are, I think. Sometimes the least talented, the C-list, is not quite as much fun.
Right. I appreciate that from my show as well. Is there anyone that you never interviewed that you would like to?
Let's see. Maybe Robert Redford, Barbara Streisand. I've never interviewed them.
Oh, Barbara Streisand. I would love that too. What got you into politics and news and current events?
Well, I'm from the baby boomer generation, and we protested the Vietnam War, and I was in the middle of a lot of politics in my youth, marching and all sorts of stuff like that, So I've always been political. So it's nothing new to me to be political. And I just feel like it's interesting. I enjoy politics. I think it's, I watch MSNBC, CNN all day long. I always have something on in the back. I mean, it's scary right now what's going on, and I think it's my duty to be on top of it.
Absolutely. Do you ever get nervous? Stand up, interviewing people? I can't see it happening.
Interviewing, I do not get nervous, no. Nobody intimidates me in an interview. I feel perfectly competent and happy to be talking to people because I have a natural curiosity and interest in people. But the stand-up, of course, that's something else. Then you're up on stage and you're naked and everybody else is dressed.
Right.
So and the whole thing is on you.
Right.
You have a whole audience sitting there waiting to hear what you have to say. So that's a little bit daunting. But the interviewing, no. No.
No, not you. Oh, if you just hear, I'm talking to Joy Behar. Okay, so let's talk about this weekend.
Yeah.
Very exciting. You're going to be at the Fairfield Theater Company Saturday and Sunday, September 27th and 28th at 7 o'clock. For tickets, they can call 203-259-1036. So tell us about this. This is exciting.
Well, about a year ago, last February or January, I started to put together a solo show, a piece. Which is a personal story of mine about how I got from where I began to where I am now. And it started to gel, and, I took a little bit of material that I had in my stand-up act because that was also autobiographical. I added visuals, and I have a story now that I think people will like, I hope.
Oh, I think
it's funny.
I think people are going to love it. I know you don't want to give too much away.
Yeah,
but
it's a funny show. I like people to laugh. Is my main objective in performing is to make them laugh. And then if they hear a story, well, that sounds nice too,
Right.
So hopefully they'll enjoy it.
Oh my gosh, they're definitely going to enjoy it. So Joy Behar's going to be at Fairfield Theater Company Saturday and Sunday at 7 o'clock. For tickets, call 203-259-1036. I think that's a wonderful thing because you are a storyteller.
Yes, it's true. I am a storyteller. As a comedian, I'm not a prop comic. I don't have equipment to bring on stage, just me talking. So that's what this is, basically. But there are pictures, which I always think is a fun thing to do to enhance a show, put a few pictures in there. So I think they'll have fun with that.
I think they're definitely going to have fun with that. And it's going back to, your roots.
Yes.
Doing this. So that's exciting.
Yes, I'll tell them about my early years, some of the stuff that went on The View, what happened to me along the way and how I started very late. I started late. I had other jobs, and before I became a comedian, I was a teacher, and I did a lot of other things. So they'll see my journey and how difficult it has been, actually, in some ways. It's not a simple thing to be in showbiz. It's complicated.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Day in and day out.
You're in showbiz. What are you talking about?
It's on a little bit of a different level than Joy Behar.
Well, no, it's a different level maybe, but it's still got the same stresses and difficulties. No matter what the level is, you're still appealing to a public. And I think that is the complicated part. So it requires confidence. You can be able to take criticism, rejection, all the things that you have to deal with in this kind of profession, which I'm sure people who are lawyers have to deal with it also, and other people, but not as heightened, I think, because we're public.
Right, yes. And I do, from being a television producer, we talked about earlier with Phil Donahue and Geraldo Rivera,
yeah.
That was 24/7 as well, because as you know, I mean, I covered John Benet Ramsey, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Those days we don't sleep. So I can imagine after 16 years, you being able to wake up whatever time you want, having your coffee, a lot of joy in that.
Yeah.
A lot of joy in that, right?
Joy. Yeah, no, it's nice to wake up sort of without an alarm clock, first of all, to just kind of get up naturally. And then, sit and watch Morning Joe or something, and with a cup of coffee for an hour or two. I mean, and then get on the phone if you want. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do in the morning.
Absolutely. So Joy Behar is going to be at the Fairfield Theater Company Saturday and Sunday. For tickets, call 203-259-1036. What a journey that's going to be. And on another note, I wasn't going to bring this up, but I do want to say that I am so sorry for the loss of Joan Rivers.
Oh, isn't that awful? I was just watching the documentary. People should Netflix it. I think it's on Netflix probably or somewhere, called Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work. And you see what the struggle was for her. You know, how different her life was complicated. And what a workaholic she was. You know, how she just, I said to her one time, Joan, what is it with you and the empty calendar? She used to, have an anxiety attack when she saw an empty calendar. And she said to me, sure. You have a boyfriend.
The one thing that I didn't realize until she had passed, that she had given back so much.
Yeah.
She had done so many things, and it was a tribute to her. Her funeral really was a tribute.
It was. The funeral was also hilarious, as funerals go. I mean, what's his name? Howard Stern spoke, and he was very funny. It was very funny. Cindy Adams, who writes a column in the Post,
yes.
She was very funny. Her daughter did something funny. I mean, the daughter was, I guess, trying to hold herself together, but she read something that was funny. People were celebrating the life. They were singing. What's his name? Oh my God, Hugh Jackman got up and sang a Peter Allen song. The whole audience in the temple, got up and started clapping and singing with him.
A Lady in the Room.
Yeah, that's it. A Lady on Stage.
Yes. I'm sorry for your loss, and she was. You were a great friend and great memories, and so Joy Behar, come back again. You're so fun.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, thanks for having me. I hope people will come out to see me this weekend because I hate to perform to an empty theater.
Oh, that's never going to happen. Fairfield Theater Company. We'll be tweeting it and Facebooking it and sending it out. Don't worry. And
all right.
It's going to be standing room only.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much, Joy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of What's Up with Wendy. If you love this episode, head over to iTunes or your favorite platform to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Please also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at What's Up with Wendy. You can learn more about my podcast on my website, whatsupwithwendy.com. Until next time, this is Wendy Lowy Sloan. Keep being kind.